Hello, welcome to Working Crass Podcast. This is Lauren.
Hello.
And I am Joshua. And today we have a great episode. We're just going to extend the month of mayhem, okay? We're going to keep on having guests throughout this month because we like it. We like having friends.
Yeah.
And this next guest is a great friend. We love him very much. He's back for the third time on Working Crass Podcast. Please welcome Shane.
That was
Thanks
very
for joining
zoomed
us
in. So is
Very
this episode going to be
excited to
called
have
the Gayhem episode?
This is the month of Gayhem.
This is the year of Gayhem.
And in perfect time for Pride Month, we brought... You know what? I didn't really calculate that out, that we brought our gay guest on for Pride Month.
We brought our Pride
I assume that's why you asked me.
Damn, this a missed opportunity to make the whole background like rainbow flags. And I said
Give me
flags.
a sec, I can. There is a bed right there. I can do both.
Well, we're happy to have you back, Shane. This is going to be a fun episode, and to get started, we pulled up something very gay that I just kind of wanted to start with something gay to get started.
That's how I start my day.
And you've probably seen this. This has been around for the last month or so. I just see this trailer keep popping up for me for this nature documentary that reminds us all that the world is all a little gay. So let's watch this. Here we go. Sharing it now. Awesome.
Our planet is home to over 11 million species.
Now, notice all of the imagery. First of all, like the very phallic mushrooms that we have here, and the anal rape of the lions here. Now, I'm sure you know where this is going. What they're going to say is that because some animals have gay sex, that means that, homosexuality, but not just homosexuality, transgenderism, and all different types of all of the spectrum of all of the different gender identities are out there in the animal kingdom. And they've come to the same conclusion that me and Lauren have come to. They're all filthy animals.
Yeah, they're basically saying gay people are nothing but animals who can't control their impulses.
When I think of Pride Month, I think of going to the zoo.
Yeah, I think of watching two lions go at it. Yeah. It's probably to do with dominance more than like pleasure, isn't it? I mean, I think it's only like the bonobo and the dolphin that have sex for fun, isn't it?
Right.
Everything else just has sex for purpose.
Right.
So that's probably a dominant thing. That lion probably came into his pack and started acting tough around his ladies, and he's like, oh yeah, let's see how tough you are now.
No, Shane, this is lions. These are lions expressing their gender identity and expressing their sexual identity.
These are lions who are challenging the heteronormative patriarchy.
These are lions who've been systemically oppressed throughout the years. Don't you know that lions have been oppressed?
I feel like this is just a trailer for like Disney's Lion King 2.
This time, Simba's gay.
He's on top of the food chain and on top of Scar.
When he runs down after the gazelles trample his father and he's died, he's like, Daddy,
The
Daddy,
gazelles,
no.
the buffalo.
The gazelles, I'm sorry.
The gayest of the animal just trampling a lion.
That would be the gay version. He's trampled by gazelles. He's trampled by queens, bitch. Goes, Daddy, wake up, Daddy. No, Daddy.
It's funny how they only trampled his nuts in that scene.
He's down at the bottom of the canyon with like leather straps and a harness going, no, get off of me.
Oh.
Oh man, we should reimagine all of the old Disney movies as gay. Like that will be the case in a few years. Is like
We don't have
what will
to.
happen-
Disney is doing it for us.
Exactly. They're gonna remake every beloved movie as all gay. It's gonna be Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and they're all gonna be gay, and none of them will be dwarfs anymore.
But
That's
the best,
already
Snow White
nice.
will be a drag queen.
but the best one will be Pinocchio, and his dick is the thing that grows every time he lies.
Oh, that's so. He's a child.
Oh my god. Geppetto's like, "Do you like this ass and these jeans?" And Pinocchio goes, "No." Ooh. Oh my god. All right.
I think Disney needs to call me. I've got ideas.
Let's see here.
They really are everywhere.
Everything you were taught as a kid is wrong.
Gay penguins, bisexual lions, sex-changing clownfish.
This is a queer planet.
Queerness has always existed. It's only in humans that we have such a stigma about it.
The idea of just having two fixed sexes is clearly out of style.
Mother Nature is pretty open-minded.
That idea is so out of style. It's only the foundation of the backbone
Yeah.
of humanity and biology. Oh no, Shane left. This offended Shane so much.
He left the
He
building.
left. He logged out.
Dang.
I guess it kicked you out there, Shane.
I was just so disgusted. I had
That's
to leave.
exactly what we said. We were like, Shane was so offended. He left.
He said it's like he didn't say it wasn't true.
Right.
He didn't say the fact that there are only two sexes isn't true. He just he was like, it's just not something we believe in anymore. It's like,
yeah,
and just because an animal can change its gender,
right?
You know, they're biologically able to actually do it themselves. You don't get like a little surgical starfish come along with his medical bag and start chopping up the starfish so that he's now a woman.
Right.
You know, he just goes, I need to change my sex so that I can reproduce. Boom.
Right. Right. There's a biological purpose behind it.
Well, animals have no concept of sexuality or gender.
Exactly.
that takes higher consciousness to be able to understand.
It's just a bit
And
strange.
that is exactly what the left
Yes.
is
Oh,
lacking.
no.
Higher consciousness.
I feel like it's like let's take 0.05% of the animal kingdom and what we observe in it and expand that to say that this is actually what the entire animal kingdom was. And everything you learned as a child, by biologists and people who study animals, that's all bullshit. Everything you've been told is wrong.
Yeah.
What the activists say about the animal kingdom is actually what you should listen to.
Yeah. I see my dog. He wipes his ass on the carpet. So I'm gonna stop using toilet paper because the animal. That's how they do it. That's the natural way. We just impose this, hierarchy of paper tissue on our buttholes, and I just think it's wrong.
When
so
your
I'm gonna
dog-
start wiping my ass on the floor.
When your dog wipes its ass on the floor, what he really just wants a cock inside of it. He's just putting it on the floor because he's like, I need something in here. The last time one of our cats got sick, I didn't take it to a vet. I took it to an activist so that they could let me know whether or not it was gay.
And was it?
Yeah.
He was gay.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm proud of him.
And you immediately put it to sleep.
It's like, and how much longer does he have?
Not in
Doc?
my house.
I bought one boy cat and one girl cat on purpose. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. Flamingos are the gayest animal, though.
I mean, yeah, they're just all gay. There's no straight flamingos. You can't be straight and that pink.
No argument from me. If they want to argue the flamingos are gay, I've been saying it for years.
You make me wanna move like I'm crazy.
Sex is not just for reproduction.
It's clear that no matter where you look on our planet, nature is full of queer surprises.
To be honest, we should all probably get laid a little more than we do.
So is this like this is they what is we should all get laid more than we do mean?
That's I think that's a sex positive. It's sex positivity. I think that's.
Let me use this this animal documentary to try to get some ass. You know, something about the animals. We should all be getting laid.
Yeah, how did he get to B from A from that?
It
These
does feel
animals
like
aren't
they
doing it for fun.
it does feel like they took all of the common like arguments against this thesis and brought them up in the trailer. They're like, sex isn't just for reproduction. They could hear the people go, well, you know, sex in the animal kingdom, that's for reproduction. They go, no, sex is not just for reproduction. I was like, oh, do you have any data to back that up? It's in the documentary, just watch it.
Yeah, we found one lion doing another dude lion, so now we know that. Yeah,
We know
there's not going to be multiples of each animals in that documentary, are there? They're going to be the outliers that they found.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
For
definitely.
Sure. For sure.
Well, I can only hope there's going to be multiples. I'm hoping for a gay orgy.
My God, these poor animals, like they didn't consent to being filmed. This is like like voyeurism.
Yeah, but most of the animals you see having sex in nature documentaries, there is always one of those animals didn't consent to the sex itself. So.
Well, I think this is another element of the documentary. They'll go into voyeurism as something that's always been a part of the animal kingdom, and that's why they're doing it now.
They're like, and it's always been a part of the queer community too. We love to watch.
So bad. They'll just push anything, won't they? Anything at all.
Yeah. But I'm gonna watch it. I saved it to my watch list.
You're gonna watch it when Lauren's not home, are you?
You saved it to your goon list.
My goon list. Oh my god. That's what I want to make. I want to make an animal documentary about how animals are just like us. They goon too, baby. They're all bait addicted fist fuckers, those animals. Oh god.
If they want to do a documentary about, animals do it, so we should too. Animals eat their young and like kill each other for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, they also eat each other's
Like-
poo.
Yeah, so do they want us to be just like the animals, or just very nitpicky on the very types of things that are acceptable from the animal kingdom?
These are the questions that need to be asked in Peacock's original Queer Planet. There's just a guy going, should we eat poop like these animals?
Everything you've been told is wrong. You should eat poop.
Everything you've been told as a child. You should throw your poop like an ape at your teachers. Because that's just activism, baby. Is your teacher participating in a cis, straight, white, heteronormative society? Then throw your turds at him like a chimpanzee.
Yeah, fight against the norms. Just do what you want.
Oh man. Well, all right. We've got enough of the gay animals in us here. Let's go ahead and move on to something else. Lauren, you sent me this one, and this one looked pretty funny too. We picked all of our controversial stories today because we knew that Shane will laugh at them and enjoy them with us. The rest of our month of mayhem, we had to be kind of careful with our controversial stories so that our improv friends wouldn't get too mad at us. So that we know we'll keep Shane as a friend. So here's our next controversial story. Let me grab it here. Come on. All right, here we go. This one is Southborough teacher on leave after alleged racist incidents. So let's take a look here.
We begin at 9 tonight with an investigation into 2 different racist incidents at a Southborough school tonight, and a teacher is on leave. Thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Cole. The decision comes after accusations that
the teacher's on leave. That's funny. Leave is what he told his black students to do. Exactly why he's in trouble.
5th grade teacher held a mock slave auction and used a racial slur during class. WBC's Brandon Truitt joins us live tonight outside of that school. And Brandon, there are still questions about the timeline of these.
I got a lot of questions. A mock slave auction in a classroom. Can you imagine being in a class and your teacher out of nowhere goes, all right, Jerome, up front of the class, we're going to have a little lesson here.
And he's just like, 5 door here, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10 in the back.
And all the students are like, just in shock. Oh my gosh. This is, I'll say hilarious, but I'll also say publicly, not funny at all.
It depends. I'd need to be in the room and watch to know if it was funny and or inappropriate.
I need video of the classroom, and I need to see the full lesson before I can make a judgment. All right, let's see here.
Incidents.
Yeah, Courtney, we're describing 2 different incidents that happened.
I love old school news stories where they just have the one guy standing out in the field and it takes like 10 to 15 seconds for him to like start talking, and he's just standing there in awkward sight. They haven't figured out this technology ever since I was a little kid. This has been the news ever since I was a child. Yeah. It's 2024. We can't figure out instant. You know what? StreamYard is a little more instant than the news ever is. It's
just
crazy.
FaceTime him.
Exactly. They just pull up their phone and hold it to the camera. And we have Brandon right here on FaceTime out in the field. Brandon, what do you say?
And we have the teacher here on Black FaceTime.
Months apart, and it's that space in between them that is really concerning parents here tonight, and the school district is now apologizing.
It is shocking. Very sad. Like, I couldn't believe it. I had to show my husband. I'm like, look at this. Like, this is crazy.
The details are so shocking. It's almost hard to believe. A Southborough teacher accused of 2 racist incidents in the classroom. The first back in January, when the 5th grade teacher had a lesson on slavery. The superintendent said in a letter to parents, and I'm quoting, during the lesson, the educator held an impromptu mock slave auction. The educator asked 2 children sitting in the front of the room who were of color to stand, and the educator in class discussed physical attributes.
Oh my God. They literally, a school teacher goes, we have a very fine specimen here indeed, sir.
And he's like checking under his gums.
Look at those teeth there. They look so fine and white, pearly teeth right there. Oh my God, this is the most offensive thing you could do. Because clearly the guy wanted to get fired. This is like the South Park episode where Mr. Garrison acts incredibly gay because he heard that you can get fired for... and then he can make a lot of money. So I feel like this guy just was acting very... This is, as a teacher, you can't do this.
I would think that the mock slave auction would be grounds for firing, but the fact is they still kept him after that.
Yeah, he's just on leave, yeah.
They kept it. No, it was the other incident that made them put him on leave.
Now, we're both former teachers. Don't act like you never thought of doing this. I'm just joking.
But they haven't told us what the teacher's background is. So maybe he's African American.
Ooh.
That's why he was left.
That's very possible.
We're just assuming.
I mean, they're the ones that sold the most slaves, so... Well, this one's been shadow banned.
We'll cut that part out.
We'll cut that one out. No, we won't. Oh, my God. All right, let's keep going.
but Superintendent Gregory Martineau says he wasn't informed about it until a second incident involving the same teacher months later. That's when he says the teacher read a book to the 5th grade class and inserted the N-word into the text. Parents started speaking up and it got the attention.
Wait. He inserted the N-word into the text. Makes it sound like the N-word wasn't written in the book and he added it.
Yeah, he was spicing it up.
But there's a lot of books in the classroom that you read that have the word, in which case I would say maybe contextually it would be okay. The way they worded that is he just threw it in the, did you say the hungry caterpillar?
He was reading The Hungry Caterpillar to the class.
This little N-word was so hungry.
It was good. It was Good Night Moon. And it was just Good Night N-word.
Wow. That's hilarious. And the fact that the superintendent didn't know about it and didn't know about the slave auction until this story was brought to his attention means somebody was like, he used the N-word in a book that didn't have the N-word in it, and also he had a slave auction in the class.
He sold Tyrese back in January. We've not seen Tyrese since January.
He saw the student. Oh my God. And he's like, why didn't you start with the slave auction? Why are you telling me about the N-word in the book first? Oh my God. Now, I'm not condoning this guy's actions. Obviously, as a teacher, you shouldn't be, adding the N-word into books where it doesn't. There's an argument to be made if the book has the N-word, then, potentially, contextually, the teacher can read it and you can discuss the historical context. You're throwing it into books that don't have it. I can't stand behind this action. I'm sorry. I'd like to, but I can't. I mean, I'll be friends with the guy, but I don't think he should be a teacher in a public school.
No, he's like, the Cat in the Hat got even bigger. The Cat in the Hat, the little...
Oh my God, I love it.
I just imagine that all the books on the shelf in the classroom, he just Sharpied in.
Changed all the
words
titles.
in the titles. He was taking that it wasn't that a challenge on Facebook to take any movie title and replace one of the words with fart, but he put his own spin on it and just started going crazy.
Oh my God. All right, let's see here.
Oh boy.
Attention of the superintendent 3 months after the original incident.
It was appalling to see that the principal stood by and didn't take any action. Second time the same teacher did that. It happened in January. We just got the news. It is shocking to hear this. Just last night we didn't know about the incident.
That delay prompting the superintendent.
Okay, so that also means that because this happened several months earlier, they're just now hearing about it. That means none of the students tattled. None of the students in the classroom went and told anybody at all. And then the parents go ask the students, hey, did your teacher have a fake slave auction in class? And they go, oh, yeah.
They're like, no, it was real. It was real. 2 of us. That's why they didn't say anything.
My friend is still gone. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know if I could I would go home and tell my mom and she'd be like, good.
Did you buy one?
We need the house clean. We got a dirty ass house.
Go back and get us one.
Was the sale good or not? Was he for a good price or not? Jesus. I also want to say publicly, my mother would never say that. Well, she would as a
She
joke,
would never
but
say
she
it publicly.
wouldn't mean it. Exactly. Oh, man.
Apologized this week, saying, quote, I acknowledged that there were missteps in this process that further complicated the situation. Ultimately, I am responsible for ensuring students are in a safe and supportive learning environment. This is not unheard of in Massachusetts. In March, students in a Southwick school held a similar mock slave trade. Authorities there are pursuing criminal charges.
I'm worried for my kid.
This is not the first time this has happened. As a matter of fact, schools across America fake slave trades every year.
Well, they
That's
didn't
crazy.
teach them to bake, so they couldn't hold a bake sale. So they just got to try and raise money somehow.
If you if any of you students sell 5 slaves, you have an opportunity to be principal for a day. I don't know if you guys ever had fundraisers for school where they would give you rewards for selling the most of the thing. I always hated those because it always felt like the school was like, hey, we're going to make you all salesmen. Go knock door to door in your neighborhood and try to sell this candy. And whoever sells the most candy can ride in a limo for the day and they get to go be principal for a day or
Ours
whatever.
were even stupider. Ours were like, our principal will shave his head.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I care if he shaves his head?
Yeah, you could throw a pie at the principal's face or the coach's face if you want, if you sell enough slaves. That is crazy.
That's mad. It's like, but that's almost like making it really easy for the pedophiles. You just knock on the door and you've got the candy and you're the child. And they're just like, all right. One for now and I've got some candy for later to get another one. Great.
I'm selling him the tools to catch more children. That's hilarious. It's like buying your like fish bait from a fish itself. Oh man.
Are we going to see
Getting
this?
to that school, how the school system will protect them from bullying and racism.
So the principal was placed on paid administrative leave for 10 days while this was being investigated. They're now back on the job. That teacher remains on paid administrative leave. Live in Southborough, Brandon True at WBZ News.
What do you think is like going through his head whenever he is, standing there in silence and waiting for them to call him back onto the news? He's just thinking the N-word over and over and over and over. It's like, don't say it, don't say it.
And then it's the first thing he says on the way back. He's like,
exactly. He's like thinking so hard on not to say it. And they're
why
like,
was
and
he
back to
outside
you,
the school
Steve.
when it was closed?
Oh, well, good question. Maybe he's not allowed to film during the hours that
He's not allowed to be within 10 feet of children during the day.
it's a court order.
But he could have just done that segment from anywhere. He didn't have to be outside a closed school.
That's true.
But it's spookier.
Yeah. Yeah. He did it from a slave auction stage.
He's queuing up for the one that starts in the morning. He wants to be first up for the next one. So you get the good ones.
Oh my God. I'll never forget because I have a picture on my phone of it when we were visiting London and we walked by a sign for a company called Blacks. I guess the company was called Blacks and it was like 10% off. And you're like, some traditions haven't quite died in this country. I'll never forget that. That made me laugh so hard. Oh, man. All right. Well, moving on here, we have another great story here. This was, I don't know if you saw, there was a slew of crimes in New York City where I guess people were going up to white women in the streets and punching them in the face in New York City. And now one of those guys that allegedly punched a woman in the face is now running for office. So, let's take a look at that. Oh, wait, let's see. Let's present, share screen. I'm just getting used to this StreamYard stuff here. Here we go.
And an arraignment this morning for the suspect accused in several incidents of sucker punching strangers in Manhattan. In the most publicized case, 40-year-old Skibak Histora allegedly punched a TikTok influencer in Chelsea. This was back in March. She then posted about that attack on social media, which went viral. Stora is facing assault charges, but says that he is innocent.
Oh, that was a 21-second clip. I didn't realize, sorry, how short that one was. I do love the idea that, you get a lot of, you get a little bit of attention for, punching a woman in the face in New York City. You're like, I could springboard this into a lucrative career. A lucrative career in the government. Now
mean,
that some
what is he
people know my
standing
name,
for?
maybe I could get my name on the ticket.
I mean, it is New York, so
Exactly. You know what? He might win. You know what? My vote. I know who my vote's going to. I can't even vote for New York, but I'm going to do it.
that don't stop most elections, does it? Just vote for who you want, wherever you want. 81 million votes.
I'll mail it in.
So he's the one that hit the TikTok girl, the one that did that long video about how she was just randomly punched. Didn't describe him in the video at all. Sorry, allegedly. Don't come at me.
But that is correct. Yeah, he's the one that hit the viral TikTok girl that was, like, I just got punched or whatever the.
And she didn't give any description to save any other future woman from being attacked.
Nope. Nope. He goes, he was a lawmaker. he was a man running for government.
I mean, he has his name on his tie. She could have just told his name to the police. She's like, that's the guy that did it.
She's like, he had his name on his tie, but I couldn't read it because he wrapped it around my neck and was squeezing it.
And his name's just like indented around her neck backwards.
This is another great example of a queer planet too, because if we were in a heterosexual planet, that guy on the street, he would just have sex with that woman, but he punched her in the face, showing that queerness is all around us.
Dominance.
When a woman gets punched in the face, Shane, does some part of your gayness go, you know what? Good.
No,
You know what? Fuck 'em. Who hates women more, Shane or Byron?
Hashtag Byron hates women. So yeah, that was established. He said that is 100% established.
I'm very excited to show. I'm not gonna play it on this episode, but one of our future episodes soon, whenever we get Byron back on, I made a theme song for our podcast, and he is not gonna like it. I'll tell you that. So that'll be exciting. But Byron was gonna be here, but he had to go to a wedding, and as you pointed out, Byron hates women and he hates gays. So.
Yeah, he now officially hates the gays because he didn't want to be on because I'm here. Is he at least going to a gay wedding? I mean, it's June. You straights aren't taking our days, are you?
He's actually in theme with the episode today. He's going to an African wedding.
That's not a joke. That's serious.
Not an African American wedding, an African.
2 gay lions.
Yep.
Byron's the bear.
Cool. So all I have left here is an go ahead.
I do believe that this guy running for office will fight crime.
Oh yeah.
Like he'll I would
punch it
believe
in
him.
the face.
Yeah. Well, crime will go down because I'm the one who did most of it. And if I get elected, I'll stop.
That's how you stop criminals. Put them in office. There you go.
Yeah.
Lauren has just solved crime everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, every politician is a criminal, so
Yeah,
this does make sense.
fits in.
He fits in with all of the other politicians.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll commit a few crimes and then I'll be perfect for office. And he's right.
I'll slap a legislative aid around.
Oh man.
Oh.
If you punch a woman on the street, then you have no problem funding a foreign war. It's like the two go hand in hand.
If his platform is, I will punch TikTok influencers who are out and about, I would vote for that.
I'm okay with that. If he targeted her because she was doing a TikTok, that's completely understandable and reasonable.
Obnoxious people filming TikToks on the street, I promise I'll punch them. I think that's a great campaign message.
I think they should shoot them. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
You think they should build a wall?
But I do, anytime I see like downtown in Chicago, anytime I see like a privileged looking white girl on her phone and just buried into her phone, I so bad want to grab it and throw it in the river and just watch them break down, because it's like you so much of who you are is in this thing in front of your face, and it's so sad. If someone took my phone and threw it, I go, oh, I gotta get a new phone, and I would survive. I'd be a little pissed, but I would survive and figure it out. There are people, if you threw their phone, they would be lost as a person on how to live. They'd forget how to breathe and hyperventilate and fall to the ground.
Yeah, it's sad.
Or like people at concerts who just don't watch the show and they're just looking through their phone the entire time.
You could just go on YouTube and just watch it that way then, couldn't you? Let someone else do that and save yourself hundreds of dollars. It drives me crazy. Just walking down the street and people are looking down on their phone and they'll just walk straight towards you and expect you to move out of their way. Or they'll cross the road like that. They don't stop at the edge and their faces are down. I think it's Germany that now has stop signs on the pavement. Like the lights flash at the crosswalk because people are looking down so much.
And pretty soon that won't be enough. They'll need it like on their phone. They'll have to have an app
that tells you when to stop and when to go.
Yeah, because they won't look up from their phone.
I think it's time to just bring back Darwinian law and just survival of the fittest now. Let everyone do what they want and suffer the consequences. No more warning signs on anything. If you want to drink bleach or eat peanuts when you're allergic to peanuts, do it. Have at it. The world will be a better place for it. You shouldn't have to tell people not to eat Tide Pods.
Yeah. That is so strange. I wish some kind of like group of hackers would try to find a way to just shut down the internet completely and just blow it up. Now, that being said, there's a lot of great things about the internet. I love that we can talk to you from across the world right now. I think that's very impressive and very, very like that's a useful tool in that sense. But man, it's just become like let's use the internet to feed everyone's lesser urges, because then they'll get addicted to it and then they can, spend all day scrolling and that's all they do. Yeah. I've seen people at concerts not just recording the whole time, they're recording at a concert that has professional cameras that they're going to be uploading to YouTube in a few days. And they go, no, I need my video.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But everything's designed to keep you on your phone. You know, like I at the start of February, I deleted my Facebook app and my Instagram app. Not my accounts, just my apps. Because I was like, no matter what I'm doing, if I've got 2 minutes, I pick my phone up and I just scroll. And it's just, it's not healthy. If we pause a movie because Lee needs to go to the toilet while he's peeing, I'm just looking at Instagram for no reason. I've just got no attention span whatsoever. So I thought if I delete the apps and I have to go on the website to do it, that's an extra step. It's slower, it's sluggish. I'm not going to do it as often. And it was fantastic. For the whole month of February, I didn't go on Facebook and Instagram nearly as much, maybe like once a day just to check to see if I had any messages or anything. I mean, I have my app back now, but I don't go on it as much. I think I managed to do what I wanted to do and pull myself back. And thankfully, I got suspended on Facebook again. So I'm not on Facebook.
If I was going to get rid of the apps, that's exactly the method I would go about too. Is like, let me go ahead and just go all out and get banned. That's the fun way.
You would just copy what that teacher did.
No, for sure. I and like the great thing is that you can recognize that and say because we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty. It's a very easy thing to get hooked to. And the best thing that you could do is say, like, I recognize that it's not good for me. Whereas a lot of people will defend, no. I need my phone. Everything on my phone is good for me. This is actually good for me to be scrolling and looking at my phone all the time. So that's, I don't know. Byron did the same thing that you did. He deleted all of the apps so that he had to take an extra step to get there. We got rid of our Facebooks a while back. We haven't been on Facebook for a couple years.
I never had the apps because I'm not an app person, but I got logged out of my account like 3 or 4 years ago, and honestly the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah, you can't remember the password.
I can't. And anytime I went to like message the like help desk people to figure out how to get on, nobody ever responded and helped. So I'm just like, well, I guess I don't have a Facebook anymore.
It's a blessing.
And it makes no difference in my life not having it. It actually, I think it's better not knowing what everybody else that I've ever been acquainted with is doing at all times.
Yep.
And thinking, the worst thing, like, you know, when you used to get a magazine to read an interview with a celebrity, and it would be very scripted to make that celebrity look really good. And then Twitter came along, and now you just hear these opinions from these people you used to really like and respect. And you're like, oh, you've just ruined like everything. Every time I watch you in a film now, I'm just thinking of this stupid opinion that you posted online. It's just the worst thing that's ever happened, just allowing everyone's opinion to just be out there for everyone to read.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with reading Stephen King books, and I think they're all like works of art. Like everyone I've read, I love. I love his mind. And then I'll go see him tweet, and I'm like, God damn it. I thought you were like a genius. So I literally have to not look. If I see somebody, because I see it on like Reddit and stuff, people will take a screenshot of something that he's said politically, and I just scroll away as fast as I can. I'm like, please don't soil. I'm reading a book right now, and I want to think that he's a genius, but I know that politically and personally he's not. But that's, I think that's like, we're not all meant to know what everybody's thoughts are at all the time, every single day anyway. We have plenty of best friends that we're not going to ever agree with politically, but I don't need to know how stupid they are.
The government's trying to get us there. They'll get us there one day.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's also a great tool for, if the government does want to divide and conquer and pit people against each other, it is a great tool to have everyone share their every thought and show you how stupid they are in front of you to make you despise your neighbor pretty quickly and easily.
Yeah.
And the algorithm will keep showing you the ones that you interact with because you're annoyed. So it makes you more and more angry, which makes you post terrible things. Yeah, it's just a vicious cycle.
I feel like COVID they wanted to test that in action.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was like the stress test for the nation.
Yeah. For the world.
Yeah, for the world. For the world.
Yeah. Yeah, not just there is a world outside America, Lauren.
Is that true? I don't know. As American, I don't agree with that. There's America and there's heaven. That's it.
Those are the only states I recognize. Oh, man. That's funny. Well, before I think we'll wrap up with our "Am I the Asshole?" But before we do that, Shane has
we got to do the game.
A game for us, which we are very excited for. Games work really well on podcasts, I've learned. After we're on episode 91, and so far every time we do an episode now, I'm like, how can we turn something into a game? Because it's just so much more fun to play a game.
How can we compete with each other?
Yes. How can we leap at each other's throats and try to kill each other like gay lions? All right, cool. So I will go ahead and share this first one here.
But what are the stakes? What are the stakes in this game?
Well, I think I should share this intro video, right? That should be the first thing I do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm jumping ahead. I'm going too far ahead.
Let's click. I'm going to add this to the stage here. Let's see if this works.
Scientists have discovered that even monkeys can memorize 10 numbers. Are you stupider than a
Joe Biden?
Yes. Oh boy.
So I just wanted to test and just see. I want to make sure because I don't want any friends in my life that are stupider than Joe Biden.
Oh no! Our
I don't
friendship
have
is
to
on the line.
well, if we get all these questions wrong, you will become the new host of the Working Crass podcast.
you just wrapped up your podcasts. Now you're gonna host a new one.
So what I've done, I've got 3 Joe Biden quotes, and I've taken out some. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to say blank, and I want you to fill in the blanks.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
And if you're spot on,
Okay, I already know what the first.
points.
I already know the first answer. Hazabada, hazabada, savada.
Well, I feel like one of the answers is definitely the same thing that teacher did in that classroom.
It's my sneaky way of getting you to say the N word.
Oh boy.
Do you want to just say your answers, or do you want to write them down? How do you want to do this?
It looked like we were cutting connection with you there for a second. We'll say them out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take turns. So Josh take the first one, Lauren takes the second one.
All right.
Do that.
Perfect.
Okay. So question number. Sorry, not question number one. Quote number one from former Vice President Joe Biden, current White House occupant. He says, "Let me start off with 2 words, blank."
I'm gonna be so much stupider than Joe Biden. Let me start
off with 2 words, blank.
This has got to be one of those trick ones, because doesn't he? I remember him saying, "Let me start off with 2 words," and then he says something that's like a 5-word sentence. I just don't remember what it is. Stable economy, hussafussa. That's my guess. Stable economy, hussafussa.
Lauren?
Come on, man. Yeah, that's my guess.
Well, the correct answer is, if you play that video, that should be the correct answer there.
All right.
Made in America.
I knew it was something where it is not actually 2 words.
So because you both said more than 2 words, I'm going to give you both a point for that, because you knew that Joe Biden is stupider than you and could not say 2 words. He had to say 3 words.
I said 3 words.
Yeah.
I said, come on, man.
I said 3 words as well.
Yeah.
You did. I couldn't understand the last one, just like Joe Biden, but you did say 3 words.
Made in America.
Quote number 2. Folks, in a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to blank?
Oh, man.
I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to blank?
Rape. No, I'm sorry. That's not my final answer. Well, he does accuse him of lying a lot. Maybe he could say, maybe he said, how many times does he have to lie?
Is that your answer?
I'll go with lie. Even though I know my favorite president never lies.
Lauren?
I think he said something like, how many times does he have to be out at the pool when I was with Corn Pop and he was touching my hair on my legs and it was blonde, and I remember the time when I said, I think that's probably about what he said.
Well, let's see. If you click that video there, that will tell you the answer.
All right, here we go.
We're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Damn, that one's a common one too. I should have known that one.
Prove we can't be trusted. But Lauren gets a point there for going off on a ramble and being completely incoherent.
Well earned, Lauren. Well earned.
Final
I'm just trying
question.
to get into the mindset. I'm like trying to be very method.
How many times does he have to show us we can't be trusted? It's hilarious.
You Saturday night couldn't make it up, could it? Like, if you tried to do a skit, you wouldn't be anywhere near as funny as what comes out of that man's mouth. Okay, the final one is worth this number of points. So the answer is how many points this is worth, okay?
Oh, boy.
So, on my watch, instead of Infrastructure Week, Americans are having Infrastructure Decade. decade over blank dollars?
10,000. I'm gonna
Is that
go
your
with
answer?
10,000 because that sounds like the most like Joe Biden, and also because I want 10,000 points, and I think
Lauren?
I'm gonna win.
How many points would you like?
I would like. I would like. I think he said something like 100 hair sniffs per dollar.
Oh boy. Shall we take a look at the answer?
No,
'Cause
I was
I
laughing
assume-
too hard. I didn't put it up.
Well, I just
No.
assume that the
Oh,
main
there it is.
infrastructure problem in America is that there's not enough children's head for him to sniff. And they need to build a pipeline straight to the White House.
He wakes up in the morning. He goes, "Come on, man, bring a kid in here." Where's the kid? All right, I'll play the answer. I'm still thinking my 10,000 is correct.
Week, America's having infrastructure decade. Over $1.3 billion. Trump.
I never would have gotten that, but I will say I was closest.
You were the closest. The correct answer was $1,300,000,000,300,000,000,000. So Lauren finishes on 2 points and Josh finishes on 10,001 points.
Hell yeah. Looks like I'm a little smarter than Joe Biden than you.
I do feel like I've pulled that in a math class before when I wasn't sure of the answer and I just started guessing all the numbers.
I love that he said decade twice, too. He goes, a decade. And you can tell in his mind, he's like, how much is that? A decade. And it just goes. What was the exact number again?
It was $1,300,000,000,300,000,000.
It's like there was that Eurovision song from Australia where like the chorus and they're like a billion zillion dillion.
I don't know that one. That's funny though. That's hilarious. Wow. And that's the game, right?
And that's the game. You are both not dumber than Joe Biden. Well done.
We can breathe a sigh of relief.
That was so much fun. I love that. That was freaking hilarious. And also impossible. I don't think I ever would have figured that out. My favorite clips of Joe Biden are the ones of him just speaking nonsense gibberish. So trying to remember what the nonsense is so difficult, I'm realizing. Which is bad.
I could have been really mean and gone for those.
Oh, wait, what?
I could have been really mean and gone for those clips where he's literally just going like Ron Burgundy.
What's funny is we might have been more accurate at those. We've just watched them so many times. Yeah. I love the, you could sum up America in one word. Yeah. I love that one so much.
I mean, he might be right. I don't know what that word means. So maybe it does mean America.
I would like somebody to make a compilation of all the times he's tried to sit down during a special assembly where everybody is meant to stand and somebody has to remind him to stand up.
Yeah. Well, what was that last one?
There are so many of those.
What was the last one just a couple days ago for D-Day? Was that it? Or he was celebrating the anniversary of D-Day and it looked like he was shitting his pants. And he's...
There was no chair behind him though. Yeah, he was going to sit down on nothing.
I know. Sometimes you gotta take a poop.
My butt's been wiped.
Wait, what was that?
And goes out. I think he leaves the White House or his helicopter, and he's walking up to the press, and he goes, "My butt's been wiped."
Oh, I love that one.
If you had asked us that, I'd get that one.
Been wiped. You would get that one for sure. My butt's been wiped.
If you said my blank's been wiped, I'd know it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would have said brain. My brain's been wiped.
My memories.
Oh boy. Hey there, Crass Wipes. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about the best way to support Lauren and I and all of Working Crass Podcast, and that is patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We are making some super funny bonus episodes every single week, putting them out there on Patreon. If you want to check them out, go ahead there, patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We would really appreciate the support. It would really, really help us out. If you're not convinced yet, here's a quick clip of one of our latest episodes.
Look, we all can't be as perfect as you and your holes.
Well, that's just true. Well, them's just facts.
But, I try and do the best that I can with what the Lord gave me.
They're talking about their holes, but what kind of holes? Where are their holes?
Where do these holes come from?
How do you perceive a hole? Isn't a hole just an absence of something? What's there? What's in a hole? What is a hole?
They tell us that holes exist, but do they?
So if you like what you see, go head over to patreon.com/workingcrasspod. We got a lot more of it over there. All right, back to the episode. All right, well, we'll wrap up this episode with an Am I the Asshole, as we love to do. And this one here, let me make sure that I zoom in a little bit because it's hard for me to see. Okay, cool. Here we go. Share screen. So this person says, am I the asshole for wanting to put inappropriate stickers on my car? Hello, fellow Redditors. I, 23 male, have been having an argument with my girlfriend, 23 female, about wanting to put what she calls inappropriate stickers on my car. I have a 4x4 that I use as a fun project car. Doesn't go very far on public roads. Will only go to the supermarket every so often. I recently bought some new stickers to go on my car's rear window as I've dedicated it as a so-called sticker window, and the goal is to eventually fill it up with stickers. Is this a thing in the UK where people put bumper stickers and stuff all over their cars?
Oh, there's one around here that just has far too many, and I just look at them and I just think, what an idiot. Why? Why?
Now, here's an even better question. In the UK, do they have truck nuts? And do you know what that is?
the brass bollocks that hang off the tail. Yes.
Yes. Wow, I thought if there's anything that I could have guaranteed was only an American thing, it was the truck nuts. But I guess it's worldwide.
Well, truck nuts sound so trashy, but brass bollocks, that makes it sound classy.
It actually does. Can I get that Rolls Royce with some brass bollocks, please? Oh,
I feel like that would enhance the value of the vehicle.
Let's see here. Says, I've recently purchased my newest additions for it. Those being a sticker with shitbox written in the style of the Pornhub logo. The other says, lifted so my dick doesn't drag. As previously mentioned, it's a 4x4 and it has been lifted. And the joke of people drive lifted cars is that they have small wieners. Not mine, obviously. LOL. All right, well. I let my partner see them when I got the mail this afternoon, and she's turned around and said that she doesn't want me to put them on the car because it makes her feel uncomfortable. She's saying that if someone sees her get out of my car, it will affect her public image. She is someone that doesn't let me wear my Star Wars t-shirt in public because she finds it embarrassing. I feel like the asshole. She's been crying for the past 2 hours, and she is not willing to discuss this with me anymore. I don't know what to do. I feel like the asshole here. When I first read this, by the way, when we started the episode, I thought he said he's been crying for the last 2 hours, and I thought that'd be much funnier. That he can't put his I have a big dick sticker on his car. And he goes, but she said I couldn't put it on my car, but I gotta show the people.
Because it's big. It's really big.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's his car. He could do what he wants with it. I mean, it's tacky,
Right.
but, you know, some of them I do laugh at when I'm driving and I see one. I wouldn't have them on my car, but I do chuckle at a few of them. You know, like the ones
Now,
that
would
say,
you-
I'm going as fast as I can. This is only a 1 liter. Like that makes, you know,
That's great. Now, would you laugh at shitbox written in the style of the Pornhub logo?
I might give it a little chuckle, but nothing like, not worth anything. Like, he's not going to see me laughing. He's not going to look back in his rearview mirror, and I'm not going to be like,
exactly.
You know? So it's not worth it.
He'd get out of his car, and I'd go over there and shake his hand. I go, shitbox, that's great, man.
It would just turn into that Tim Robinson episode.
The honk if you're
Honk
horny.
if you're horny.
And then there's a guy behind him honking the whole time, like following him home and honking. Oh, man.
I think the worst part is she won't let him wear his Star Wars t-shirt.
I know, that's worse. That he could have just started this with that story, and I would have more sympathy for him.
Yes.
That's a little crazier. If your significant other wants to wear a Star Wars t-shirt, I say let them wear it if it makes them happy. But
Well, it depends on what the Star Wars shirt says.
Well, it's all the Star Wars characters having gay sex.
Darth Vader has a big dick.
I like Star Wars, and also my dick is not small. That's what it says on it.
Yeah. Then I can understand. Like, please don't wear that.
And I don't understand why the wife thinks this is a reflection of her. You know, the sticker doesn't say my wife's dick is small.
And what is her public image? Is she famous? What public image does she have in their small area? He's only going to the shop. He can't make it past the shops.
Well, she's a state representative. She actually got in trouble for punching a woman. She actually got in trouble recently for running a slave auction. So.
She's on thin ice.
Yeah, she really needs to rehabilitate her public image.
Yeah, she's already talked him down from putting the N-word sticker on the back of his truck. Honk if you an N-word. And she was like, I'm not having that on the car.
He's like, all right, I can't have my shit box and I can't have my big dick sticker. Can I at least put the N-word on my car? She's like, okay,
how about this one? I
this
bought my
once.
wife at a slave auction. Can I have that on my car?
Oh my Oh my God. That's so funny. Well, it's been great having you, Shane. Thanks again for joining us. This is a fun episode.
No, it's been so much fun. Thank you.
Absolutely. You brought us so much laughs. We love you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys. Well, I see you every week when I watch your podcast. So.
Well, we don't get to see you every week. So it's a real pleasure. Yeah. And hopefully we'll do it again very, very soon.
Yeah.
We love having you on. So
next Pride Month, I'll be the token gay again.
let's have you back on before Pride Month.
Well, I feel like now, almost every month turns into a different version of.
We'll have
a subsection of Pride.
Shane,
Month,
we'll have you on the next Pride Month this year, and then we'll have you on Pride Month 2 and 3.
Because it's like a year-long thing.
Yeah, it'd be like a daily podcast. I don't have time for that.
Oh man, well. We'll have you on as often as you're willing to do it, and that'll show Byron.
Yeah, it really will.
Yeah,
that'll show that gay hater. And by that, I don't mean that he hates gays. I mean he's a gay hater. All right. Well, for our listeners, thank you very much for watching this week.
Don't we got to do what we learned?
Oh my God, we almost forgot the best part of the episode. Jesus.
I didn't forget because I'm smarter than Joe Biden.
I'm not. Cool. Let's start with Shane. What did you learn?
I learned that everything I learned about animals was wrong. And they're all gay, and they all died out and were extinct thousands of years ago, and they all died because they were gay and couldn't reproduce. And what we're seeing now is just an illusion.
That is true. Unfortunately. Lauren, what about you?
I learned, in the words of Joe Biden, that the animal kingdom and the gay community can be summed up in one word, and that is
America? That's the same word that sums up America.
See?
Sums up everything. Spell it.
Let's see. I learned that, even if a book doesn't have the N-word in it, you could slide it in there occasionally and just throw it in where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, go to your local library, take out any chapter book, and just squeeze a little one in between, and see if anybody notices. It's a fun little game.
Double points if you can get it to rhyme.
Oh, man. And they can't ban those books from children either, because we don't ban books for children. You got to keep those N-words in those books. If we have to keep all of the sexual books in the library, then we're keeping all the N-word books too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thanks again, Shane, for joining us. We appreciate it. And thanks for our listeners for listening. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.